Hey guys, welcome to today's video. So today we're going to be talking about feminine energy. We're also going to be talking about why it's important, and I'm also going to be talking about the new direction that my channel is going to be going in addition to the content that I have been putting out. All right, so I have been literally drumming up to when I would start to put femininity content out there. If you've watched my previous videos, I have talked about a little bit into feminine energy and femininity being one of my passions. And the reason for that is because it changed my life. Like, I wouldn't be here talking to you guys if not that I was lucky enough to discover it and understand it and understand how I can accept and embody it. So it changed my life, and it's really my goal that if you are a modern day woman who's, working, just making waves and doing great things, if that's you, then this channel is for you, because over the next few months I am going to be creating content on feminine energy, how you can develop, and it's not really develop because it's in you, but how you can recognize it in you, how you can use it to improve your life, how you can use it to attract things and manifest things to your life, things that you want, how you can use it to enjoy life, right? So I'm going to talk about the different steps that you can take to embody it. I'm also going to be talking about some of the myths out there. I know there's a lot of content on feminine energy and femininity, and I'm grateful for them. But in my channel, we're just going to be talking about some of the things that I noticed in my life that did not apply to me, that may not apply to you as you are beginning your journey into embracing your feminine energy. All right, so let's start with today's video. So we're just going to do a brief introduction into what feminine energy is, what is femininity, and things like that. Okay. All right, so the way that I discovered this work was, like, I was in a place, I was in a state in my life where things were not going the way that I wanted it to go. And I couldn't figure out why, because I had done all the things that I thought that they asked me to do: go to job, go to school, get a job, and things like that. But I just wasn't in a place where I felt satisfied and I felt happy. And as I started to do some research and kind of try to figure out what was going on, then I came across the channel of some wonderful ladies on YouTube, in the YouTube space. And there was one particular YouTuber that when she was talking, I got the aha moment, because I had heard about feminine energy and things like that, and if I'm being honest, I disliked it. I disliked it. I refused to pay any attention to it, because in my mind, all I was seeing was pink and talking like this all the time and wearing heels and doing your nails. That was all I saw. And in the space that I was, I didn't have that level of consciousness to slow down and understand what exactly this is. So when I heard her talk and share her story, it resonated so much with me that I started following her content, and your girl was born. I say your girl was born because 3 to 4 years ago, if I compare that and now, it's like night and day, and it saved my life, you guys. It saved my life. So That's one of my desires, is that hopefully there's a woman who was or who is in the state that I was and who's searching for answers. Hopefully my content can lead you to those answers, or at least start to give you that your aha moment on what you can do to start enjoying and becoming a happy and fulfilled person. So feminine energy, the way that I've been able to understand it in my life is it's really that energy that I am feeling and embodying when I'm not trying to do or go. So you're going to hear this term. Feminine energy is the receiving energy. It's the being energy. I struggle to understand what being means because excuse me, if you grew up in the modern world, especially if you're living in the West, you're always like in a hustle mode, on to the next one, do that, move, to-do list and things like that. So when somebody tells you stop doing, just be, you're like, huh? Right? Like, huh? And it wasn't until I started to practice some of the things and strategies and tips that I started feeling the energy of being. So if you're trying to understand it from a mental plane, so in other words, if your brain is trying to figure out what I'm saying, you might not get it. But what I would say is this: it is that energy if you identify as a woman, it's that energy where you're not doing anything to feel a certain way. You're just allowing the moment be for what it is. You're allowing yourself to be who you are for what you are. You're not trying to achieve a certain goal in that specific moment. You're just enjoying the moment for what it is. So it could be as simple as, so for example, I just got my nails done, and when I was getting my nails done, like I didn't have any to-do list or I gotta go. I was just relaxed and getting my nails done. And in that moment, I was able to enjoy the experience of getting my nails done and just being grateful for it. And in that space, I was feeling very feminine because I was just enjoying the process, enjoying and just being me, right? I wasn't doing it to achieve a certain goal. So I say this to say that bear with me. I'm going to be using this word in subsequent videos. I'm going to be talking about being, receiving. Bear with me. It will catch up to you. You will become more conscious of it as you start to practice some of the strategies that can help you embody your feminine energy. Another way that also helped me understand it from a receiving standpoint was, when I would get compliments like, oh, you're so beautiful, or oh, your dress is so gorgeous, and just being able to receive that and say thank you without any YouTube or not this dress, I got it from so no, right? Without any deflecting the compliment, just being able to say thank you, I appreciate that, and just let the moment be. That's another way that you can start to notice when you're in your feminine energy. So I'm already going ahead of myself, giving you some tips, but I'm going to try my best to explain it from the way that I practice it and I understand it, and hopefully, like I said, you catch up. So why is this important? Like, why are we talking about femininity, right? Like, there's so many things out there. Why is this important? So for me, one of the reasons I talked about at the beginning of this video, I talked about how I found feminine energy work. But one of the key things that really motivated me to finding this work was the fact that I was burned out. Like, burned out. Like, I had achieved the things that the modern day woman is supposed to achieve, right? I had done it. But I had no energy left for anything. I was tired and fatigued and just like, I would rest, like I would sleep, I would wake up, but I would still wake up feeling tired. And I was just like, there has to be more to life than just achieving things and success and all those things. It's great. I love success, but how can I do it in a way that it doesn't burn me out? And when I found feminine energy and its embodiment, that was one of the aha moments. So one of the reasons, especially, and this is specifically for someone who identifies themselves as a modern day woman. So what that means is you are moving in masculine overdrive. You are an overachiever or even an achiever. You are in this great job, a great career, great business, or a mother, things like that, right? And you're kicking things out there, right? Like you're doing good, right? So this is for you. You need to learn this because if you want to live long, to enjoy the success that you have, you need to learn what femininity is and what feminine energy is, because it will save your life. Let me tell you what happens when a woman moves primarily in masculine energy. Now, all of us, all humans, are born with two kinds of energy, right? So you have the masculine energy and the feminine energy. Now, depending on your biology, or if you identify as a male or a female, if you identify as a male, then of course you have more, naturally, you tend to have more masculine energy. You do have a little bit of feminine energy, but your overall physique is composed more masculine energy. The reverse is for women or females, right? So we do have masculine energy, more like a fail-safe mechanism for us, but our core is more feminine. It's more feminine energy. So when you are, as a modern day woman, when you are running in masculine energy overdrive, you're going to find that your body is constantly in a state of flight or fight. So you're going to constantly experience the feeling of stress. You can use your masculine energy when you need to do things. That's great. You feel energized by that. But if you are 100% of the time, every day, running masculine energy, remembering the fact that your core body has, I think is it 10% or 20%, 10 to 20% masculine energy and like 80 to 90% feminine energy. What is happening is that your body is using up its masculine energy and it's having to borrow from other organs in your body to be able to support the work that you do. Flip that script for men. They don't experience that because, like I said, they have more of it, right? I believe the hormone that supports that, I think it's testosterone. You know what I'm talking about. That hormone, right? Men have what, like 90% more or 80% more. Women have what, like 10 or 20, right? So you can see that. And so because your body is working harder to perform the same task that a male or a man would perform, there's going to be more consequences for you in comparison to a male counterpart or a man because of biology. It is what it is, ladies. I know. We have to work with what we've been given, right? So this does not mean that you do not do or achieve your goals and things like that. No. On the contrary, because we have a lot of different gifts. Women are naturally tend to do well when they're able to multitask things so easily and so quickly, but there's also consequences for doing that as well. So back to my point on the experience of a woman when she's burning masculine energy in comparison to a man, they're totally different. A man can do something and he's even more energized by it. A woman does the same thing, she's like, oh, just leave me alone. I can attest to it, right? Leave me alone. I just want to rest, and that's it, right? And the more that you do this, the more that you put your body in a state of fight or flight, and you're essentially living like your body's always in stress, even though you don't feel it. You may not feel stressed, but your body feels it because you're always in a state of fight or flight. You're degrading. You're digging yourself into the ground. You're degrading your life. You're degrading your health, whether you like it or not. It is what it is. I know when I heard this, it was very hard to hear, because you grew up in this modern day era and you want to do all those things, and you can do all those things, and you should do all those things, but it should not be at the expense of your health and your well-being. Okay? So that's why you need to learn this work. I haven't even talked about how it improves your life from your relationships with people. I haven't talked about that. That's a different ballgame. But the core thing that I want you to understand is that being able to embody it is going to change your life. It's going to change your health. You're going to be happier, first of all. You're going to be living life from a place of ease and flow. You're going to be saying things like life is so yummy and juicy and delicious. You're going to feel like, not all the time, of course, there's life, but you're going to notice that a lot of the things that would have triggered you when you are interacting with, I would say, men or something like that, a lot of the things that would have triggered you, whether it's at work or whether it's with your family or friends, you're going to notice that those triggers would just disappear because literally they're not there, right? You're also going to notice that life is just going to seem very, after I mentioned it, life is going to seem very easy and fun. You're going to enjoy life more because now you can feel it. Now you can go to the spa and relax and just chill and accept the moment. Accept the moment for what it is, right? So I don't want to get ahead of myself. I just wanted to do a brief introduction into what feminine energy is, and why it is important. And there was another thing that I wanted to mention. Excuse me. So the way that I've come to relate to my femininity is that I've come to understand that we are all different. So the way that I express my femininity may not necessarily be the same way that another woman will express her femininity. I may have or choose to have various flavors, but I'm dominant in like one or two. Another woman may be more dominant in a different flavor. The key thing to note is, as you're starting out, and as I'm going to be sharing more information, is don't get so caught up on being a specific or embodying a specific flavor of femininity. I am here to tell you that I want you to be free to be you. This is important for me because if I'm sharing content that is making you feel like you have to be like me, don't do that. I'm going to be sharing content that is supposed to help you find you. So I wanted to put that out there because, you know, you start doing this work, it's enjoyable, and now you want to start doing it like somebody else. Ladies, it doesn't work. Trust me, I've been there. It does not work. It does not work because no. So this would only work if you allow yourself to be you. And when you do your inner work, you start doing your femininity or start embracing your femininity, girl, life's gonna be like, move over. She's here. Yep. All right. So I hope this video was useful to you guys. I hope it's not too long. Okay, okay, we're good to go. All right, so like I said, I will have my content related to this. So if you have any questions, feel free to leave them down below. Other than that, ladies, I'll see you in my next video.